أكبر الله أكبر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Alhamdulillah. In the previous class, we looked at the makhraj called the halq, the throat. And we know that the throat from the previous class, barakallahu fikum, is on three categories. Aqsa al-halq, the furthest part of the halq. Wasat al-halq, the middle of the throat. Wa adana halq, the closest of the throat, meaning the closest to the mouth. In the aqsa al-halq, in the furthest part of the throat, is two letters, the hamza and the ha. We studied, and we will further study with Allah's assistance, if Allah allows, that no letter is pronounced except by two entities colliding together. Two entities colliding together. تصادم عضوين. لابد أن هناك عضوين يتصادمان. There had to be two body parts of the mouth, two organs, two members of the body, two entities. They have to collide with one another for the sound to take place. Those entities are going to be in various places. We want this something to be understood. This is the tongue. This is the mouth. You have the throat. In the throat, we have these two entities. They're called awtar, al-awtar as-sawtiyya, or witr as-sawtiyya. Witr is a string. You have these two strings in your throat. They have to collide together. I mean, this one is going to close, and this one is going to close, and they collide together to produce what, and to create what sound that we call hamza. It's called the hamza and the ha. The hamza comes by them colliding with one another, and the ha is produced by them coming close to one another. Now, is this understood? طيب. There are other areas. This is the back of the throat. There are other areas that when these two areas collide, sounds are produced. So when the back of the tongue collides with the throat, it produces the ayn and the ha. And when the root of the tongue, it collides with the roof of the mouth, el, the rain and the kha. And when the back of the tongue goes up to the roof of the mouth, al-off comes. And then when that same point in the back of the tongue hits a different point, then the calf comes. And when the middle of the tongue, all of this is the middle of the tongue, all of that, when this hits, then you get the jeen, and you get the sheen, then you get the ya. Now, the tip of the tongue, when that collides with that which is there, then you have the noon, and you have the ra, and you have the ta, and you have the ta, and you have the dal. And when the tip of the tongue here, it comes close to the teeth, then you have the seen, and the zai, and the sword. Na'am. And when you take your tongue and you put it outside the teeth, na'am, and it goes past, then you have the va, and the dal, and the tha. And when you put your the tip of your teeth into the bottom lip, then you have the fa. And you put your two lips together, then you have the meme, and the ba, and the wow. Two things have to collide. Two things must collide. So it's not enough for us to hear that the hamza is in the throat. No, we need to know the two organs. The ain is in the middle of the throat. That is not sufficient for us. We need to know the two organs so that we, not organs, the two members of the body, so that we can nata'ammad. We can do something on purpose. We can strive to intentionally bring them together. Today we want to look at some words concerning the Hamza and some words with the Ha so we can pronounce it correctly. What is the difference between the Hamza and the Ha? If they are in the same makhraj, what is the makhraj of the Hamza and the Ha? You call this Aqsa al-Halq. Aqsa means the furthest, like you have Masjid al-Aqsa, means the furthest masjid, like in Surah Al-Isra. Al-Masjid al-Aqsa. Naam. Aqsa means the furthest. When we say Aqsa al-Halq, mean the furthest of the throat, meaning compared to what? Meaning from the mouth. That's what the furthest means. In it are two letters, the Hamza and the Ha. In it are two letters, the Hamza and the Ha. This is the Hamza, that's the Ha. Hamza and the Ha. These are the two letters. How are these two letters pronounced? Who's going to answer? How are these two letters pronounced? Who online knows? How is the Hamza and the Ha pronounced? What has to happen? The two strings, bringing them together. A witr. It's called a witr. Autar as-sawtiyya. Tayyib. What is the difference between the Hamza and the Ha? If they're both in the Aqsa al-Halq and they both work by combining these two strings, then what is the difference? Who can answer that? What is the difference between the Hamza and the Ha? Labats. I want another difference. What's the major difference between the Hamza and the Ha? What's the major difference between the Hamza and the Ha? Opening the mouth. No, opening mouth has to do with it. Fatah, Kasra, or Dhamma. Now we're in the Hamza and the Ha. What is the difference? In the Hamza, you open your mouth. In the Ha, you don't open your mouth? La. What's the difference? What's the major difference between the Hamza and the Ha? Who's online? You all say the Hamza. You hear the sound in there. Naam, naam, Allah yubarik feek. Allah yubarik feek. The Hamza, the sound and the wind stop. The Hamza, the sound and the wind flow and continue. Naam. But therefore, in the Hamza, you have to bring those two together strongly. You have to bring these two entities together strongly. And you have to cut everything off. Because, why? Because the description of the Hamza is that the sound is stopped and that the air is stopped. And I really don't like to teach this in English. And I know if I said the words in Arabic, it may not be understood. But I'm going to say it in Arabic, so eventually you will pick it up. In the Hamza, fihi habas assault, the voice is hubis, is stopped. And in it is what? Habas an-nafas. Habas an-nafas. Habas as-sawt is the voice is stopped. Wa habas an-nafas, the air is stopped. Habas sawt. Habsu. Tayyib. What's in the Ha? What are we saying about the Ha? How we have this word? This word here. Jiryan. Jiryan comes from the word yajri, which means to run. In the ha we have jiryan assault, meaning that the sound flows, it doesn't stop. Jiryan. Jiryan means to run, to flow, to continue. And also you have jiryan an-nafas. We're going to keep using these terminologies until it sticks in your head. Insha'Allah. This is the ha. The ha, you don't have habas. You have juryan. What does juryan mean? To flow, to run. You have in the ha, juryan, you have flowing from two nahiyas, from two categories, from two areas. One from the area of the salt is still flowing, and the nefas, and the air is still flowing. And the air is still flowing. I want you all to recognize and look at these two words. This is one word, jariyan. It means to flow. This is another word, habis. If you hear this word, jariyan, it means be khafif, be light. Be light with regarding this letter. And if you hear that in this letter is habis, that you have to stop it from flowing, I mean, you have to be a little stern when you pronounce this letter. So what's in the hamza? What's in the hamza? Habis salt, habis nefis. So when we hear habis, and you have to stop there. Bismillah. This one here. Tayyib, barakallahu feekum. We apologize for the technical difficulty. Barakallahu feekum. This word here, juriyan, it means to run and to flow. All the letters, barakallahu feekum, every letter, it either has habas or juriyan. Okay, it didn't come up. It either has juriyan or it has habas. It is important for us to know that because this is what distinguishes the letters that are shared in one makhraj, in one place of articulation. Anywhere that we hear the word juriyan, that the sound flows, meaning those two organs are going to collide softly so that the air or the sound, which either one it may be, will continue to flow. And anywhere that we hear the word habas, that the air is stopped or the sound is stopped, then we know that that means that we have to be a little stern. One, bringing these two entities together to stop the sound or to stop the air. Stop the air. So we have these two words, juriyan wa habas. Naam, habas nafs. Habas nafs, habas asot. And this word here is not nafs, but it's a fatha. Nafas, nafas, nafas. The plural is anfas. Tayyib. What do we do in the hamza? The hamza, we have these two, barakallahu fikum. We have the two witr. We bring them together and we stop the flow of air and we stop the flow of sound. So we have to bring them together in the manner which stops it. As far as the ha, when we recite the ha and it has a sukoon, yahdi, then we don't want the air to stop. So we can't bring them together too hard. And we don't want the air or the sound to stop. So we have to bring them together softly so that we don't suppress and stop the flow of air or the flow of sound. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. Juriyan. Juriyan. Nah. We're going to write some words that have a hamza. The examples that I write, all of them are going to come from Juz Amma and these surahs that most of you hopefully memorize. Tayyib, you all repeat after me. Alhamdu. Now this one, you don't want to say al, al, al. You want to say al, al, a. We mentioned before that when a letter has a sukoon, when a letter has a sukoon, then two entities are coming and colliding together. Ma'wahum. But when the word has a fatha or a kasra or a dhamma, then two entities are spreading away from one another. When you say meaning the autar, the two strings are combined together before you say anything. Then you say you open them and then the sound comes out through that area. Naam, inshallah, that is understood. So what do we say about the letters that have a sukoon? The sukoon is done by having the two entities collide. Al-mutaharrik, the one that has a fatha or kasra or dhamma, it is attained by having the two areas joined beforehand, then separating between them. Either separating between them in the direction of the fatha, or the direction of the kasra, or the direction of the dhamma. E, U, na'am. So it's very important that we study first the jawf and the letters of elongation, as well as the harakat. You all are after me. Alhamdu. Alha. Nam. Alhamdu. Autada. Now we hear the heart, the strength and the harshness, if that's the best word, the strength and the sharpness of the hamza. Autada. Nam. Wama adraka. Wama adraka. So from the mistakes of this is that somebody would say wama adraka, wama wama. No, you have to say wama wama wama. You all are after me. I want you all to feel what is it that you have to do. You all are after me. Wama. You have to actually bring these 2 points together, then open it up. And you can't just merge it in there and say wama daraka, wama daraka. You all are after me. Wama wama adaraka. This example here has 2 hamzas. Innal insana lafi khusr. You all are after me. Innal insan. Innal e. Now it's e. Inna. You don't say innal insan. Innalin. 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 Inna e. You all are after me. Innal e. Now innal e. Innal insan. Innal insan. Naam. Tayyib. Tarjiyah. Naam. This word here is li'ilafi Quraysh. You have a hamza, then a ya, which indicates elongation. Li'ilafi. You all after me. Li'ilafi. Li'ilafi. Li'i. You don't want to say lean. Lean lafi. Lean. Li'ila. You all after me. Li'i. This is a mud. This is a ya elongation after the hamza. Li'ilafi Quraysh. Li'ilafi. In the surah, we have this other ayat that's in this chapter here. الذي أطعمهم. الذي أطعم. الذي الذي So you don't want to say الذي 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 الذي, you all after me. الذي الذي أطعمهم أطعمهم. طيب, that's good. طيب. Before we go into the ha, give you one more example. I don't know what I did here. هو الأبتر هو الأبتر هو الأبتر. نعم. هو هو نعم. طيب إن شاء الله. And now we want to look. Now we want to look at the ha. How is the ha? Look at these words. You all after me. Huwa. Who. In the ha is the sound flows and the wind flows. Who. Ha. 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 Has that vibration in it. From the air rubbing against what? The two strings. Who. Huwa. طيب. You all after me. الذين هم الذين هو نعم. الذين هم نعم. أبي لهب أبي لهب لها ha. We can hear that the air and the sound. Abi lahab laha laha. Naam. ولم يكن له له ولم يكن له ولم يكن له يكن له يكن له. نعم.
This is what's called a Muqbil.
I don't understand. Everything what we're doing is makraj. I'm having a problem with the screen here. I don't know what. Tayyib, today, barakallahu fikum, we want to go into the ain. Have Isa come here? No. Today we want to go to the ain. Just 1 second here. The ain, we're going to look at the two organs. I can't get this off here. I don't know what happened. One second, brothers. Today, briefly before we end, we want to look at the ain and the ha. Bear with me. This is the tongue, and this is the end of the tongue. This here is called, this thing here is called lisan al-mizmar. Al-mizmar. Lisan al-mizmar. Lisan al-mizmar. This is the back of the tongue. This is the top of the tongue. This is the tip of the tongue. This is the tip of the tongue. It's the tip of the tongue. This is the back of the tongue. This is the throat. This is the back of your throat. Inside, barakallahu fikum, you all bear with me, you have two canals. This canal here, and you have this canal here. Goes down to your digestive system and your respiratory system. This here is for your windpipe, and this is your food pipe. This is your windpipe, and this one is your food pipe. This lisan al-mizmar, when you drink food, this lisan al-mizmar, it covers this windpipe so that your food goes down food pipe. Sometimes if you drink quickly, some drops might fall down because your tongue didn't go back there. This area is called lisan al-mizmar. But what is it that concerns us? That this area here, this lisan al-mizmar, this and the back of the throat are the two areas that have to collide. Lisan al-mizmar wa jidar al-halq. Jidar al-halq means the back wall of the throat, the back of the throat. These are the two things that collide in this letter. The back of the tongue, is called lisan al-mizmar. The back of the tongue and the back of the throat, this wall here, the back of the throat. So now we just want to make this a little bigger and clearer so that we can see what goes on in these two letters. And then we'll stop here. This is your tongue. And this is the back of your tongue. It's like that. This is the back of your throat. You have two letters here. This is going, when you pronounce the ain and the ha, you literally take your tongue and you move it backwards. So the ain and the ha, they have these same two organs that have to yatasadim. They have these two same entities that have to come together. What are the two entities? Are they the strings of sound? No. Those strings, that's for the hums and the ha. Now we're in a different area. This is lisan al-mizmar, the back of the tongue and the inside of the throat, the back wall of the throat. back wall of the neck. These are two different entities. طيب, we have to know what are we going to say about every single letter that we know. We're going to ask, what is in this thing concerning assault one nefis? Tell us about the ain when it comes to sound and when it comes to air. Tell us, is the air flowing? Is the air suppressed? Is the sound flowing? Is the sound suppressed? This is the first thing we want to know. So we have to know, do I be harsh? Do I be soft? Do I be hard? Am I gentle? It's the first thing we have to know. The same thing with the ha. What is the situation of the salt and the nefis concerning the ha? So we say, in the ha, jariyan nefis was salt. The ha has jariyan nefis. What jariyan salt? The sound flows and the air flows. So these two entities, are we going to combine them with strength, or are we going to bring them closely, softly? What are we going to do? We're going to bring them closely in a soft manner. How we know that it's soft? Because the air flows and the sound flows from two vantage points. One is the air is flowing, we're going to be soft. Also, the sound is also flowing, we're going to be soft. So the ha is soft, meaning when you move your tongue backwards, here, look at this here. Barakallahu fikum. When you say ah, this is your two lungs down here. The air is flowing. Ah. You bring your tongue a little bit on this. You bring it back a little bit on this flow of air and sound, and you get a different sound. Sahar. I want you all to repeat after me this word here. Sahar. When this word sahar, we want to understand what is a shadda. A shadda means it's two letters. It's as if it is written like this. There's two ha's there. First one has a sukoon. The second one has what? A fatha. When it's a sukoon, we don't want the air or the sound to stop. Sahar. Sahar. When you say sah, under the pressure that is in the throat, and then when you say ha, look how it's released, and then the air flows from again, and the sound flows freely again. You all are after me. Sahar. Sahar. So what happened here? Meaning, this is the lisan al-mizmar, and this is the back of your throat. These two things have to combine. How are they going to combine? Do you move the back of your throat? Do you move this area, the back of your throat? You can't move that. Can't move that. But you bring your tongue backwards to the back of your throat. You slide your tongue backwards. So while the sound is flowing, it comes back and it touches this flow of sound and this flow of air that's back of the tongue. It puts pressure on it, and this sound called ha comes out. What about the ain? What do you say about the ain concerning salt and nefis? What do we know about the ain concerning salt and nefis? In the ain, there is no nefis. There is no nefis. What do we have in the ain? In the ain, we have habas and nefis. We know that this word habas means be strong. And we know that this word jariyan means be soft. What do we have in the ain? We have habas and nefis. There's no air. Rahman ya'budun iyyaka na'budu sawfa ta'lamun sawfa ya'lamun. That it sounds like it's a little strong. There's no air in it. Okay, what are we going to say about the sound? the sound habas akthar sawt. Most of the sound is cut off. Not all of it, for most of it. So that is when it's most of it is cut off, that shows strength also. That shows strength also. Let's go back a minute. The hamza is totally cut off. Now wahum. The sound and the nefes totally cut off. On this one, on the ain, the nefes, the ear is cut off, and most of the sound, it runs a little bit. Ya budun. You don't say ya budun. Iyaka na budun. You say na budun na. It runs a little bit, just a little bit. It's not like a scene. Yes, yes, yes. It doesn't run like that. It runs a little bit. So we see from the ain that most of the descriptions indicates what? Strength. Now, as for the ha, totally opposite. It indicates that you have to be soft. Now, so this is our lesson for today. The time has come. The two organs that have to come together, I shouldn't say organs, but the two entities that have to come together in the ain and the ha, lisan al-mizmar. And what? The back of the throat. You call that jidar. Jidar means the wall. Jidar means the wall. Wa jidar al-halq. And the wall of the throat, meaning the back of the neck. You have to bring your tongue backwards. In the ha, you just bring it back a little bit. In the ain, you bring it back more. In the ain, you bring it back further to suppress this sound, to stop this ear. The ear is totally stopped. And the sound, most of it is stopped. Most of it is stopped. Naam. So from the mistakes is that some people say, Rahman, Ar-Rahman, Bismillah, nothing flows. And they just put their tongue and they bang their tongue back there, and that's it. They bang their tongue in the back. Rahman, Rah. Rahman, be soft. Rahman, Jariyan. Now, this is our lesson for today. Inshallah, tomorrow we will continue. Every single letter, we have to know certain things. We must know the two entities that collide together. Then that's not enough. We must know what is in this letter concerning sound and air. What is in it? Is it flowing, the air, or is it stopped? The sound, is it flowing or is it stopped? If we know that, then we can intentionally strive to either be hard or either be soft, and make sure that we hear the air, and we don't say like Rahman, we say Rahman. It's going to be soft. There's no strength in it. Rahman. Tayyib. This is our lesson for today. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.